Look around and you'll see signs of progress all across Greater New Orleans. But what is going to happen over the next 3 years when all of that post-Katrina funding, for one, winds down, and economic development leaders plan to discuss how to translate recent progress into success in the future. This morning at Greater New Orleans Inc., GNO Inc.'s annual meeting and luncheon, President and CEO Michael Hecht is joining us now to talk about that. And I think it's an important topic because we have seen a lot of funding. You were saying $150 billion?
If you look at all public, private insurance payments, it'll end up being about $150 billion of total Katrina payouts to the region, yeah.
In the last 7 years, and we're kind of on the tail end of that money flowing into our economy.
That's right, we're on the tail end of that money flowing in and being spent, and then at the same time, the rest of the country is going to be coming out of this great recession, their business cycle. So what's going to happen is in the next 2 or 3 years, we're going to be getting to what I'd call a new normal. And the real question is, when we get to that new normal, do we have enough momentum, do we have enough critical mass so that we're going to be able to sustain this level of progress that we've had over the last, say, 5 years?
What are some things that you all are doing to try to target certain areas, make sure we maintain the progress that we've made and how to move it up a notch to be a success?
Sure. Well, we have 6 big issues that we're looking at that we think if we don't address them could be gating issues. So those issues include flood control. Obviously, we have to make sure that we can be here for future generations. Tax reform, which the governor is bringing to bear this session. Workforce, it's going to be one of our biggest constraints. We're one of the most popular places for businesses right now, but what that's causing is a growth problem. It's a labor shortage. So that's critically important that we get that as well. International flights. If we don't get direct connectivity to Europe and Latin America, that'll be a constraint on our growth. And the last 2 are leadership development, because we have to make sure there's a next generation of business and civic leaders to keep taking us forward. And then the last one is the New Orleans brand. New Orleans, as we know from our recent survey, is a beloved brand around the country and the world. But people love us in a way with a brand that I think is too narrow. They know us really as 4 blocks of Bourbon Street, not as one of the best places in the country to have a family or to have a business. And so broadening that brand is also one of the big issues that we're going to be engaging over the next 2-3 years.
Yeah, we've seen in recent news stories the growth in the river parishes, St. James Parish, and you're hearing about more outside of New Orleans recently.
Absolutely.
And so who are the speakers that are going to be here today at the luncheon?
Oh, sure. Well, it's going to be myself. I'm going to be talking on the theme of From Progress to Success. Then it's going to be Dale Benoit, the outgoing chairman. He was the first chairman of GNO Inc. from Plaquemines Parish in the 111-year history of our organization. So he's done a great job there, really making us more regional. And then Greg Rusevich is going to be coming in, really one of the great business and civic leaders of our community, as our chairman next year, and he's going to be speaking as well.
Greg is involved in everything, it seems like.
Greg is everywhere, yes. He's a force to be reckoned with, a force for good.
And so this is happening this morning, 11:15.
That's right.
Where is it happening?
At the Hyatt in the Celestine Room, brand new Hyatt, an appropriate place for us to have this event as we celebrate the rebirth of our city and region and state. About 1,000 people attending, and you can actually buy tickets there at the door if you want to try to sneak in. We'd love to see you there.
How much are tickets?
Tickets are $50.
All right, Michael Hecht, President and CEO of GNO Inc. Looking forward to that luncheon. Sounds like it's going to be a good one.
Thanks, Shelley.
All right, you're welcome.